recognize these people for the hard work that they put in the classroom, but to prepare these students, a lot of these teachers will put in additional outside of school time in helping them prepare. So if you are a music educator from District 4, will you please stand so we can recognize you? Tonight, the honor band pieces that they will be playing are Aztec Fire by Jay Boca, Hypnotic Fireflies by Brian Volmages, Rippling Watercolors by Brian Volmages, and National Emblem March by E.E. Bagley. Our clinician tonight is Mr. Rodriguez, is currently in his 8th year as Director of Bands at Timberline High School in Boise, Idaho, where he teaches marching and symphonic band, jazz ensemble 1 and 2, AP music theory, guitar, and music appreciation. Mr. Rodriguez has taught at all levels of public education, from elementary band to collegiate music, and has been actively involved in the music community in Idaho for the last 18 years as a performer, clinician, adjudicator, and educator. Rodriguez holds a bachelor's degree in music education from Boise State University and a master's in education from the University of Idaho. In his spare time, listen to this, students, and this will make you wonder why you talked when you shouldn't have today. In his spare time, he enjoys training in and teaching Shotokan karate. Maybe that's why they behaved for you today. Did you do any moves on them that we didn't know about? Not on purpose. Okay, he also enjoys composing music and exploring Idaho's many outdoor activities. Please welcome to the podium Mr. Jose Rodriguez.
Thank you very much. I'll just echo some of the same comments from throughout the evening. It's just been a great pleasure working with these students, and very, very nice kids on top of being well prepared and talented. They were just a lot of fun. And we rehearsed this morning and this afternoon, and just had a blast together. Some very tricky stuff that I asked them to do today, and they've done it just very nicely. So very proud of them, and I know you are as well. The next piece, I just wanted to take a moment, actually on the next two. I'm a big believer in music making us feel something. And a lot of people think and will say that music is often written just for the sake of music. And I love that. But for me, I always make some sort of emotional or mental connection to what I play. And these next two pieces, this next one called Hypnotic Fireflies and the next one called Rippling Watercolors, I think are two pieces by the same composer that do a very good job, excellent job of making us feel and think about the imagery behind the music. And this particular piece, Hypnotic Fireflies, is about fireflies, and when you see a swarm of them in the summer, it can be just mesmerizing. And it's funny because I asked the students today, how many of you have ever seen a firefly? Because we live in Idaho, we don't really have any. And about 2 people raised their hand out of 185. So we talked a little bit about what it looks like. I'm from the Midwest where I was born, and we see fireflies all the time in the summer, just everywhere. And when they light up at random times, and when they get really thick, it's just a pretty incredible experience. So I wanted these kids to visualize and imagine what that would be like in the field in the summer, which is nice to visualize right now with this piece, and also with the next piece, Rippling Watercolors. So 2 just very visual imagery pieces for you. And we're going to bring up a pianist. Here he is next. Very nice. close with a march in standard band tradition. It's called National Emblem, and if you haven't heard it before, it's the national anthem in march format. So we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you had a wonderful time this evening seeing all these great musicians. And I'm sure you're just as proud of them, if not more so than what we are. So thank you for coming, and to District 4, thank you for having us and having me. We had a great time. National Anthem.